Hallo everyone, herzlich willkommen. Wir sind jetzt im Klassenzimmer. Das sind ein paar Teilnehmer von meinem Englischkurs. Das sind meine Studenten sozusagen. Ich bin Dozent für Englisch an der University of Mannheim und auch nebenbei Magier. Hello everyone, I'll mix. We'll do English also. Some English mixed with German. Welcome back to the University of Mannheim. I'm just hanging with a couple of the students in my course. And this will be my first ever AMA, which people are telling me is the new thing, which means ask me anything. Also, man darf alles fragen. Ich glaube, das ist genau dasselbe wie Q und A. It's the same, I think it's the same as Q&A, but they get to ask me anything they like. Go.
How did you become a magician?
How did I become a magician? Very good question. I started in 1981 when I was 8 years old. I got a magic set for Christmas from my Uncle Michael. I thought it was the coolest thing. Never stopped playing with it. And I also saw magicians on television. Who did I see? Doug Henning, Penn Teller, David Copperfield, and they freaked me out, man. I wanted to be these guys. I wanted to do what they did.
Ja, next question. Und dann geht's noch die Geschichte mit dem Schwert. Wie kam es dazu?
Geschichte mit dem Schwert. Jawohl. Okay, das ist auch eine gute Frage. Diese Samurai-Schwertnummer mit Gemüse. Okay, I'll translate also to English. He's asking about the samurai sword act where I cut vegetables around a human head. My assistants normally, without killing anyone. You want to know how that started?
Yes.
This insane act? Okay, this is a really absurd and stupid story. When I was younger, I used to cut up objects just for fun, like boxes and old packaging, just to amuse myself. And over the years, at some point, I got like a high level of accuracy, and I started cutting up smaller and smaller objects to the point where I noticed people were kind of freaked out by that. You know, I could put an apple on a tower of boxes or something, and just do like insane cuts. And then it all began in the year 2007. I was working a theater show in Stuttgart. Das war ein Varieté-Theater-Show. Ich war die Moderation. I was working in Variety Theater in Stuttgart, 2007. Wow, 11 years ago. And there was one circus performer who could like lift his daughter dangling from a ring, and like one of these strong guys. And I just got the craziest idea. The guy had no fear. I started playing with him backstage. I had my sword with him. I said, here, hold this on your hand. Hold it like this. Here, lay it against your neck. Here, hold it between your teeth. The guy had no fear. He said, yeah, okay, here, mach ich. He said, I'll do it, whatever. The guy had no fear, and I got to try out insane cuts. And then I started doing it blindfolded just to amuse myself. And at one point, we just did it on stage in the show, and the audience just freaked out. They thought it was a bizarre act, which it is. That's how it started. Just by playing around with a stunt guy.
Crazy.
Yeah. Next question.
Yeah, I watched your video on YouTube with Penn Teller. How did you feel?
Oh man, that was super emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was in tears walking off that stage because these guys were my heroes when I was a kid.
Okay.
In the 80s, and it was an honor for me to be there and to show my respect to them just by performing in front of them. Yeah. But it was, to be really honest, it was also my hope to try to communicate a little bit more to the viewers and make people think and feel deeper about human potential and possibility and never giving up and the values that actually build lives and human civilization. I wanted to convey a message, and I get the feeling it did. Yeah. People are responding emotionally to the positivity. They're also responding to this fundamental message of never giving up and believing in yourself, believing in your dreams, and making things happen in life.
You didn't show any nervousness.
Yeah, in the performance, I was not nervous. That's true. I wasn't nervous.
Okay.
I was just doing my thing. Which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it.
Yeah, and why did you chose Mannheim as your living place?
Yeah, I was working and living in Tokyo, Japan, back, it's 20 years ago now, from 1998 to 2000, when met up with a certain a German girl who was working there in Tokyo. That was my first German girlfriend, and I followed her here. I said, okay, I'll follow you to Germany.
Do you want to become an actor in the future?
An actor as a TV series or movies?
There are movies or Penn Teller's show, for example, to get moderating or...
No. Do you know Alison Hannigan, right? From How I Met Your Mother?
Yeah.
She's the host of the show now. The redhead girl.
Okay.
She's from American Pie. Remember the flute girl? You don't know American Pie? Okay, whatever. She's Lily from How I Met Your Mother, right?
Yeah.
She's the host of the show, and she's hilariously funny. And I think she's one of those awesome elements of the show that really makes it fun for me to watch. Would I enjoy performing again on the show if asked? Yeah, sure. I have other material. That would be a great honor. I would be nervous about trying to fool Penn Teller again, because that's kind of scary, but I would just present my best stuff. Interested in acting? Definitely, man. That would rock. I would love to go into acting. Okay, maybe last one or two questions.
What's your goal for the future?
My goal for the future?
Yeah.
Suddenly we're all speaking English, which is okay. We started German, we switched to English. That's good for you guys. You guys are awesome. Goals for the future. I have very concrete projects I'm working on. I'm currently working on a book because I have minimum 2 further confirmed American television appearances that will air in the States. There will be continued exposure for the US market, so I will be continuing projects which involve the publishing of my book, trying to market my book to the US public, and speaking as a keynote speaker and motivational speaker and coach. All right, last one.
I have one last question. How do you come up with new tricks every day?
How do I come up with the new tricks? Yeah. Well, it's sort of limited. You can only come up with so many new tricks, because with hundreds of years of history, like almost everything's been done. You have to really brainstorm and ask yourself, what have I never seen before? So what I performed with him today, I'll think of a better name, but just because I developed it recently, and I haven't been performing it for a lot of people, I call it the blind spectator cuts to multiple chosen cards, because that's what happens. The spectator, the guy from the audience, the Zuschauer, he finds the cards. He does it blind because he doesn't look at them, and I can do 2 or 3 or 4 cards. It's really hard. That trick is really hard. How did I invent that? I go through the same process as inventing some of my other routines in magic. I just ask myself, first of all, if I could really do magic, what would I do? I would just magically give him the power that he can blindly find any card. Oh, and it's the right card. Then I ask myself the effect. What should it look like if it were real? If it were real, I could give him the cards and say, "Here, you mix." I could say, "What were the cards? Let's be clear. Let's write them on paper so we know what they are." Now here, I don't touch the cards. You cut them. There were 4 cards cut to 4 different positions, and they're all correct. That's what it would look like. And then I have to reverse engineer it and use my catalog of techniques to try to find a way to make it work. I have to piece the methods together to make that happen. It's tricky. Takes a lot of work, a lot of experimenting, brainstorming, but for this new routine, where the spectator does blind cuts, I think it looked pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
All right, that was our first AMA. I now know what sort of questions people ask if they want to know about the magic. So thank you guys. You the man.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you, Ed Sheeran. You the man. You're like Ed Sheeran if Ed Sheeran got a better haircut, man.
Haircut.
Yeah, I like your haircut better than Ed Sheeran's haircut. Yeah. Ed Sheeran's cool. I'm a fan of his music.
Yeah, but
I just wish he would get this haircut.
Yeah.
He looks like Ed Sheeran if Ed Sheeran had a better haircut.
Okay. Yeah.
Because you know what he looks like. He's sort of short and got this round baby
but
head.
then a little bit smaller.
No, I think you.
Yeah.
Let's not talk that way about Ed Sheeran. Okay, he rocks. Okay. All right. So that was a cameraman. And any last question? You can be the voice. He's saying no. Okay. So thank you for watching this first ever Ask Me Anything AMA, and stop.